So I wanted to start recording like 5 hours ago, but here's what happened. Number one, they were doing yard work out there, so it was very loud, even though all the grass is dead. So I don't really know what they were mowing, the weeds, I guess. Then I was hungry, so after I went for a walk and then came back and then I ate dinner and that was good. And then number three, I was laying on the couch. I guess that's it. That's really the whole story. Um, I am recording for the first time on my new desktop. It seems to be going fairly well now that I actually installed a graphics driver. So that seems to be helping tremendously. The quality of everything seems to be going really well. The Hapog capture software is uh, recording at with like a second of lag. It's like if I hit right, I didn't really time it. Okay, so I'm gonna hit left there, and it just went on the screen. So that amount of time, that will make sense for me in editing. I will be able to put that up on the screen. I just got back from like a long weekend of dog sitting, so that was just a long. I'm not really like away from home because my folks live like 10 minutes, not even from here. Um, we live technically in the same part of the city, north. Uh, but now I'm back, and I really wasn't sure if I was going to record. Also, I didn't know if I wanted to get through the hassle, not only because I didn't want to get up from the couch, but also because I am back to playing Disgaea again, and that's so good for my sleep schedule. Just so good. I definitely didn't go to bed at 4:30 a.m. yesterday because I was playing Disgaea. It's very good and very addictive. Anyway, grad school starts in 2 weeks. I don't know. I don't know what it's. I really don't know. I don't know anything, but what I do know is that this is WWE 2K MyGM. Hello, breadfiesta here, and welcome back to Let's Play WWE 2K MyGM. In the last episode, we completed week 10 of Starcade Backlash because I now looked up what the big yearly annual event for WCW was. It's Starcade with like way too many consonants. So we did Backlash. We have a roster of 100 million people, and we are running a storyline where we can't book them all, so that's fun. And the game still wants us to hire more because we're WCW and the game expects us to be using legends, which we are not really taking advantage of. I did look back while I was editing at the strange fan gains that we got a couple of times during the last 5 weeks. One of them was expected because it added the other fan bonus to our total fans prior to the fan loss, the fan retention. So that makes sense. The plus 50,000 fans that we received in week 7, no clue. There just seems to be they just gave me 50,000 fans, which if there's something in the game that was supposed to be like that, like I was thinking like, oh, maybe it was because we hired Jerry, the king of hardcore Lawler, and when you hire those like a local talent, they say like, oh, I've got a big fan base online that'll follow me. So like maybe they had 50,000 fans online that started watching our shows, and the game just didn't tell me about it, and also was a week late on that, or maybe that was the first. I don't know. Any number of reasons, can't explain it. Could be just that I'm playing on normal and the game wants me to win. I want me to win, so those are some words. Let's get into it, shall we? So we'll cut in the emails and the shakeup, and then I will start booking. All right, let's do the emails and shakeups. Week 11, we're going to Brooklyn. Brooklyn, New York. Core cut. Listen, I can't stand teaming with Sammy. She's the reason why we keep losing our tag matches, and I can't drill it into her thick skull. Let me prove who the problem is on the team. Give me a singles match tonight, and I'll show her how it's done. Sure. I'll make a note of that. So, week 11, Cora cut singles. And Sammy Vortex says, thanks for the rematch. That didn't go the way it should have, but I appreciate the opportunity. Glad you're looking out for me. Let's keep this up. And she's doesn't gain any morale for that, huh? Okay. Cardio focus. All your superstars lose less stamina from matches. That's not bad. All your specialist superstars get +3 mic skill. And then champions resolve. The players, male and female singles belt holders, gain 15 popularity and are guaranteed to win all their matches while the shakeup is active. Oh, that... Our specialist superstars are Dominatrix, Becky Lynch, Gulak, and Gable. Becky's already at 5, so this doesn't affect her. Matrix would jump up to 4. Gable and Gulak, I believe, would both go up to 5. So, not a bad thing, but not ideal. Honestly, this cardio focus is not like a bad thing to do given where some of my staminas were after Backlash, so I might actually do this. Because really the only person who's really going to benefit from specialist PR training is Dominatrix. And with overtime, I need her in matches. So I'm going to do cardio focus. I really hyped myself up for getting the women's PR training, but such it is. Okay, cardio focus. So for the next 10 shows, all our superstars lose less stamina from matches. That's plus with overtime where we're losing more stamina. That should be a good balance, actually. We really should be taking advantage of that. I wrote down in my notes, week 11, Cora Cut wants a singles match. We also need to use pre-match physio for Cora Cut. Kombucha and Jake Xanadu have low morale, so I need to be mindful of that. And then by next week, Donna Matrix needs a world title shot. And I believe I can see that here. The slight, 1 second lag is just a little bit more than it was on my old desktop, so that's going to make... I'm just going to need to be patient with that. There's probably a setting I can tweak in Hapog Capture, but too late. I'm already recording. Maybe when I cut halfway through. Yeah, so Cora Cut solo match. Sammy Vortex has her rematch. And then Donna Matrix, shot at the world title. Okay. And then what do we got going on for... Oh, I already put some things on the card because I got excited after I was recording last week. So I did put on Cora Cut and Christina Fury. I think that was a feud I wanted to do. And then world title, I just put a bunch of people in this. I don't quite remember why. What the reasoning was for this. I guess Queen Bee has been doing a lot of good work against Danielle Wallace. Sammy Vortex lost the title, so I don't really know. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to clear both these matches because I don't remember why I was booking them. Okay. I did restart the recording because the lag was not pleasant. And now I've got it set that it doesn't look like there's any lag, so that's perfect. Okay, so I cleared those matches because I looked at them and I didn't like them. All right, let's just set these now before I forget. I know I'm going to satisfy those. Our roster, what feuds do we got going on? So we have Gulak, who's a double champion. Don't like that. And then Argus, the Great. So that's what I'll be running for the men. Can I swap it? Actually, let's go this way. For the women, we've got Alice Justice, Danielle Wallace versus Allie Brawler and JC Jane as a tag feud. And then we have Vicky and Cinnamon Garrett that the crowd absolutely hated. Okay. And everybody is mostly neutral. We got some happy faces. And then Allie Brawler and Nova Northern Light are super happy somehow. So, okay. And on the men's side, we have Argus and Gulak. And then we have Clay Cortman and Damon Kemp. And we have Adrian Buck super happy with us. Damon Kemp is super happy with us. And just Kombucha and Xanadu are not. So we need to make sure we just have to book Kombucha and Xanadu. And their popularities aren't like super bad. Like just looking at kind of like where our popularities are. Like Cora Cut is low for some reason. It's always just with these tag teams. There's usually just one sort of breakout person and then one who is not so much. And these two, their staminas are super high, so I might just like run them in a bunch of matches and hopefully the logistic bonuses help them. Having the like logistic for special effects helps. Just cover that gap. So, and I look at power cards. Our budget situation is acceptable. So I might be interested in beginner's luck. Do I have a beginner's luck? I do not. And beginner's luck would apply to JC, I believe, which I'm not opposed to. Okay. Well, let's explore some things before we buy anything. Let's explore, what happened at Backlash. Gulak wasn't even on the card. I think he got vetoed. So that's one thing we can explore. Just checking our stamina. Well, morale, I can again just see, it's Kombucha, Xanadu, and Vicky McLeod. The usuals. The usual suspects. Half the roster is happy. Half the roster is neutral or upset. Okay. Stamina, since we did come off of a live event. Quaid has to rest. And Cora cut. But Cora wants a singles match this week. That's right. So we'll just rest Whitney Quaid. And maybe we rest Jerry Lawler. Okay. Let's see here. If we want you two on the card. What if we did, okay. I mean, I could run like Suplex Kombucha tag team again, but Suplex is a singles champion, so we're not going to do that. I forgot that he was the hardcore champion. So, let's, you know what? No, we're going to do it on the fly. I don't want to linger on things too long. Let's just put things on the list. Let's look at, because I'm thinking of running Adrian Buck versus Cash Suplex for the hardcore title. And then even if Buck doesn't get the title back, which I'd prefer if he didn't, then we just move him up to face Argus, presumably. Again, being flexible on things. So let's look at, maybe we do like a fatal fatal 4-way with some of the men. How is Clay Cortman doing? Stand up again. Maybe I breast cash suplex. And Adrian Buck. So let's do... yeah. You have a lot of stamina. You have a lot of stamina. Clay Cortman, you have decent stamina. You are going to be fighting each other. And we'll do call out of Argus on Gulak. There we go. And then I think that leaves a bunch of people open. Or perhaps I do something different. I quit the game instead of... Got myself confused. Okay. Let's do instead of this, since we have 4 weeks to build those up and they're already at level 2, let's explore this. Let's do Gable and Gulak. Gable's stamina is kind of low, but that's fine. Versus Kemp and Great. Tag title match. Then I put the Cora Cut versus somebody. I could do Cora Cut versus Cinnamon Garrett and have Vicky run in on Cinnamon. That's smart. That's a mid-card match if I've ever seen one. And then our main event, let's do again something wild for the women's title. Give Donna Matrix her match. Donna Matrix last week. Matrix Fury defeated Allie Brawler and Chasey Jane to earn a shot at the tag titles. So that's why I put Sammy Vortex in the match. Yeah. Okay. That's probably why I also put Quinn B in the match. Because I would like... Kind of move people around here. Quinn B and Donna Matrix. I would like Vortex Matrix as a feud, which I might have already done before, and then I would like Lynch B, I think, would be my world title feud. I have no feuds on the card, so I'm not getting this book 2 level 2 or higher rivalries. Whatever. Okay. I want to do Adrian Buck calling out Cash Suplex. I want to do... Let's see. Fighter, cruiser. Yeah, Fury Matrix versus Northern Light Quaid. That's not the feud. I could do Fury and Clubberella as a feud. Because people want to see. No, I'll do Northern Light and Clubberella as my feud. So I want Clubberella to call out Northern Light. Okay. And then I can do... Whitney Quaid needs to rest. I mean... Wallace Chain or... Call out. Just give it a try. That would be the order. Alright, and then people then not on the card are Whitney Quaid, who's fine. I'll probably use Health Spa on her. Allie Brawler and Alice Justice are just completely off, and then Christina Fury is just completely off. Which is fine. And then for the men, we just have Clay Cortman and Jerry the King Lawler off. I mean, I could put Clay, like, in this match. He'll probably get a win, but just to kind of switch things up and make the match less bad. How are staminas in this match? Sammy Vortex is the lowest, but that's fine. Oh, I've also title match. I mean, a tables match, Extreme Rules. Who's good at Extreme Rules? Donna Matrix is. Campbell will be fine. I think just leave it as is. I think this card is good. We've got our optional bonuses. Our show cost is under control. How are our contract situation, actually? That's how you say those words in that order. So much for booking faster, huh? Alright, Damon Kemp is permanent. So our only contracts are Jerry, Becky, and JC. So I think, and JC's contract isn't going to be super expensive. Jerry's contract isn't going to be super expensive. Becky's might be, but we can always just remember to use the legend card. This. Which we'll probably want to hire another legend before we do that. Using this. Or I could even just hang on to it. Like, who cares? We have one each of all the health spas. So we could just use this. It's not urgent. So I may just use the health spa 1 and just give a little bit to Whitney Quaid. Yeah, because then she'll be up to 39, and then 49, 51 when she comes back. That's pretty good. And now, look, she's actually green happy, so she's happy to go to the health spa. Plus, we don't have to super worry about stamina because we have that shake-up. So, oh, pre-match physio. Gosh. Core cut. Great. I love when my street just randomly gets loud. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're, whoops, I accidentally bought that card. JC Jane would go up by plus 15, so she would go to, is JC even on this card? Oh, I guess she's doing a call out. Plus 15, 48, 53 popularity, which would put her in line with Vicky. So she'd still be bottom 3. Plus Cinnamon is probably going to gain a little bit because she's booked in the match this week. So it's not a bad idea to use it. Just do it now, yeah. 53, good. Okay. Book 25 matches that receive at least 3 stars. That is bound to happen, if not this week, then next week. Book 8 tables matches. I'll get to it. Commissioner. Oh, are we even doing the commissioner goal? What's the schedule a run-in on your most popular available star for Health Spot 3? Who is our most popular available star? It's Gulak. That's a shame. Because Argus is in the match. I was thinking about doing a run-in on that match, but it would have been Cortman running in on Kemp. I would really like that Health Spa 3. That's such a good value. Nah, I like this better. Just fail the commissioner goal, I guess. Okay, shows the advertisement. Yeah, this is... We will get these. It's fine. Do I want to fix the match for Becky, or do I just presume Becky will win? I just presume Becky will win. Let's just go. We're in the Fleet Center. We are crew, backstage crew, special effects. We've got all our matches. We've got the 2 titles on the line. We've got call outs. We've got the, did I do the run-in correctly on this? I did. Okay. All right. It's eggnog season. Is it eggnog season, or is it the season of hardcore? Because WCW is in Brooklyn, New York. Welcome to the show. We hope you're having a good night. And let's get into the matches. Last week, we saw the greatest tag team ever of Damon Kemp and Argus the Great, the 2 greatest WCW superstars. They picked up a win over the makeshift team of Clay Cortman and Jake Xanadu. And they believe they're owed a title match, especially because Argus still wants the world title back from Drew Gulak, and Gulak didn't even show up at Starrcade Backlash. So this is that title match. So Gable and Gulak are going to be defending the tag titles, not the singles title, in this normal tag team match. Not super hardcore, but we'll see more hardcore as we're moving down the card. So let's see. Gulak and Gable retain in a 3.5-star great match that starts a rivalry. So Gable, Gulak defeat Kemp, Argus in a 3.5-star match to retain the tag titles. All right, works for me. Oh, JC Jane cuts a good promo on Danielle Wallace. Last week, we saw Danielle Wallace call out JC Jane after Danielle and Alice interfered in their tag team, tag team #1 contender match against the Teachers Union. And Danielle said that, she came to WCW and wanted to get to the top the right way, while JC Jane came in just as some nobody and just thinks that it's all about flair. It's all about the hats you wear. And JC Jane comes out to refute Danielle's belief that she is just all flair, because she's definitely not. She is the next big thing. In other universes, in other worlds, JC Jane has been the top champion in tag division, in the singles division. So it's not just about fancy hats. She's found herself a great partner. She even turned who was once a potential rival in Alley Brawler over to her side. She is, she's got not just beginner's luck. She has veterans skill. And all that word salad was good and grows their rivalry. Level 2, Jane calls Wallace. Cora Cut is upset about losing the tag titles, and she wants to show kind of what she can do in singles competition. So she's out, no demon summoning this time, though maybe we'll see something later. And she is scheduled for an exhibition match against Cinnamon Garrett. And as Cinnamon Garrett is coming down to the ring, she's attacked by her former tag team partner, Vicky McLeod. Cinnamon thought that she was going to be fired. She asked Vicky, who is a longtime rival of our GM, Ella Rubao, and Vicky turned on her. We haven't really gotten the full story on what happened there, but we'll see how this reflects in this match. Will Cinnamon still be able to compete? No. Cora Cut is able to pick up a 2-star win. It does grow that feud, level 2 feud. So that is Cut defeats Garrett with a McLeod run-in. 2-star match. Good enough. Adrian Buck, your former hardcore champion, calls out cash suplex and says, "I want the Hardcore Championship back. You bought a win." But as he's cutting the promo, all of a sudden his mic gets shut off. He can't really understand why. And then we see Cash Suplex in the audio booth paying off the audio engineers to leave early for the night. So how will that affect the fact that there's no more, that we can't use the microphones anymore? So it's a weak promo, but that's just because of the audio issues. We also can't explain it to the crowd on account of all the audio engineers being paid to go home. So this worked out well. Buck calls suplex, level 1 rivalry. At Starrcade Backlash, Kombucha revealed that he was among a slate of stars that were scheduled to be released prematurely from their contracts because the roster is too bloated. And he attacked Jake Xanadu to try to bring him to his senses. And the two are having an argument backstage. And Clay Cortman, the Miz of WCW, in his dulcet tones and silver spoon way of speaking or something like that, tries to calm the two down and says, here at WCW, this is a hardcore arena. We settle things in the ring. This would all make sense, again, if we had microphones and the crowd could understand. It's sort of a silent movie sort of thing happening. And so, triple threat match. Both of them are kind of upset because Clay Cortman has gotten a lot of push by El Rubao, whereas Jake and Kombucha were basically off the card for the entire month. So, kind of a beatdown on them. So we'll see who comes out in this exhibition match. Kombucha, 2-star, but starts a rivalry with Xanadu and Kombucha, which is what I wanted. So great. Kombucha defeats Xanadu and Cortman in a 2-star match. Starts their rivalry. And we'll see how these spurned stars carry this feud forward. Again, with no microphones, we can't really cut like a super audio heavy promo, but luckily Clubberella is not one for super audio heavy. We actually get a clip from Nova Northern Lights stream over the weekend. She was streaming the video game that she was playing, some sort of game with a creative mode. Let's say she was playing Terraria. My knowledge of video games is up to date. And so she's playing this retro game maybe at this point. And all of a sudden there's some sort of like wild other player who comes into her server and starts destroying her base of operations. That's right, Nova NL is being griefed, and we find out that when the camera, it does a cool like cinematic thing where it cuts away from the screen to the person who's playing the game, and it's Clubberella, who is a gamer, I guess, and she's playing rather savagely. So that's something. Clubberella, the two longest names, calls out Northern Light. And in your main event, your hardcore main event, Becky Lynch retained the title against Clubberella, and she is welcoming all contenders. Donna Matrix had called out and said that she wanted a title match. She has earned the number 1 contendership to the tag title match, and as we've seen in the opener, those sort of title contenderships can be traded, I guess. So she's entered herself into the match. And as she's coming out, she gets attacked by Sammy Vortex because Sammy was expecting a tag team title match against the Teachers Union. So they've got some beef. And then as Becky Lynch is decrying this lack of professionalism, Quinn B comes out and she properly enters the ring, greets Becky, and asks for a title match, and Becky says, "Bring it on." One way I could fix this match is by hitting play match and just forcing Becky to win, but that's not in the spirit. Let's just hope Becky wins. No, Donna Matrix wins. And no rivalries get started at all. What a mess. What am I supposed to do about that? All right. So in a hardcore scuffle, Donna Matrix, who was the first, she said that she wanted this match, and she was the one who wanted it the most. Matrix defeats Lynch, B, and Vortex in a 4-star match for the women's world title. Okay, if that's what you want to do. All right, let's see what the other show's got. Titus O'Neil and Doink the Clown in an Iron Man match. This is probably... Well, Doink might get hurt. Titus wins because he had more stamina, and Doink did get hurt for the rest of the month. Too bad. Shane is here, and he's good for charity. Mid-card tag match. These 4 real people. One of which is still employed by WWE. Lurch Evans and Brute Force. We're still doing this, huh? Lula Tandy and Penelope Perfect. Did their feud end? Lula Tandy gets the title back. No. Some other people must have been feuding or whatever. Good job for Lula Tandy. Brute Force. All right. And then tag team, inaugural tag team titles. They win. And it's amazing. I mean, I swear, we can put on the best card. All right. World title match. Tables. Jerry Hattrick might get hurt. Not Doink wins. And Jerry Hattrick did get hurt. But I'm a savant. Randy Orton says, haha, you got hurt. Solo Sikoa is now picking on a different old person. It's okay. Rich Ordikawa is okay for charity. Feud. Incredibly popular Zelina Vega. That's her nickname. Candice LeRae tries her best. And then Iron Man for the North American title. Humberto, your new champion. And it's amazing. Good booking for us. We lost. We lost. Okay, so staminas all seem fine. Like Gable was in the 40s. This was a tag, it was a tag match with a lower stamina, but it was also a title match, and his stamina still is fine. So this was great for everybody. Here, Cinnamon Garrett did get a little bit. Coracut's stamina dropped by 4. Cinnamon Garrett's dropped by 2, so that's fine. It's about as good as it was going to be. This match, 2-star performance. Kombucha's stamina dropped a little bit. Xanadu, yeah, we're all still good. And it helped everybody's popularity, so that's good. And Morale's Semi-Vortex must have been the one pinned because she's got the minus morale. But otherwise, yeah, Vortex is low stamina, so that sucks. Matrix is low stamina too. Well, we do what we can. 105 rating score, 48,500 fans, just shy of $80,000 dues. Pretty good show. Hands Underground 619 says, Vicky attacked Cinnamon Garrett during the match. Things about to get worse. Thank you for watching. Stone Cold Worshipper North America says, love tonight's WCW. Looking forward to next week. Thank you for watching. Extreme Messiah KO says, everything all right with Jake Xanadu? Been looking frustrated. Wonder if something happened in the back. Uh-oh. Well, we'll find out. Specialist Hillbilly in France says, great to see Donna Matrix in another Extreme Rules match. Keep them coming. WCW is the land of hardcore. At Queen Circle 93, Argus the Great and Gulak had a rivalry going, and now nothing lately. What's going on? That rivalry was getting real good, too. Would love to see how it ends. They were literally in a match tonight. Thank you for watching. SmackDown Takeover for Life, mouthful of a username there, says, kind of an average match, but there was no love lost between Xanadu and Kombucha. Made things interesting. Thank you for watching. Swiss Follower Tube says, Donna proving herself the best of the bunch in that fight. She is the champion. Undefeated Concerto Friend says, Damon Kemp and Argus the Great worked okay as a tag team, I guess. But good enough for me. Becky Lynch says, Donna Matrix is such a pathetic cheater. Going to be destroyed next time if the ref does his job properly. Oof. And Chad Gable says, great match, Argus the Great. Looking forward to stepping into the ring with you again. Very different takes from different champions. There's 1726. We'll see if that's what we end up with. 108 rating score, 54, nearly 55,000 fans, $74,000. They're making a ton of money. What in the world is Lurch Evans' username? 9DS8TAC. 90s attack? Oh, he's grunge. Got it. Okay. $111 rating score, 55, nearly 5,555,000 fans, $73,000 dues, and some messages. And I don't get anything, and 1726. So that is that. Okay, continue.